Welcome, Fins Nation. This is your boy Fins Mechanic with Wally on here on the Five Reasons Sports Network. Want to first remind and thank you all for joining us, and also to sign up for Prize Picks. The playoffs is officially here, so it's very important to set your account up by using the promo code 5. So it's real simple. Once you sign up and use that promo code, and you put your $5 bet. Prize Picks will give you an additional $50 to bet with no strings attached. You heard it first, guys. Put the 5 in, use the promo code 5, you get $50. Set yourself up. Start getting the money on through the playoffs. We are officially here. Also, NFL, hockey, all that good stuff. Prize Picks, ladies and gentlemen. Sign up. Wally, we are finally here. It's over. The 2024 season is done. Our season is done. No playoffs. What a disappointment. What are your thoughts on this entire season so far, in your opinion?
I think this is I'm glad it happened now and we got it out of the way. Uh you could say, oh, Chris Greer this, Chris Greer that, Chris Greer. What happens is when you see the coach react to this, he was like, yo man, listen. Ross react to this. There you've had no excuses anymore. I've listened to both sides. I appeased one side one year, I appeased one side the other year, and then we had the off year where we just ran it. So now we see we're successful. So now it's a wake up call. Everything that you've been wrong about and everything you've been right about, now it could be checked and you could be rectified. I am kind of glad it happened, and for the most part, you kind of feel like as a fan, we we let them off easily, very easy, especially from our camp, and we got a lot of flack for that. I'm not gonna lie to you, we got a lot of flack from our friends, from our peers, from the Twitter streets, which I don't know any of you guys are all named, but whatever. We got a lot of flack for that. I mean, they will go to our spaces. They came up with a lot of names, a lot of little hashtags, all because we understood what the vision was, even though which it wasn't in hindsight a good recipe. It wasn't a good recipe for success, and you can see it now where the Liam Eichenbergs, the Isaiah Wins. Although me and you and the rest of us could find good games and good tape and good things, it wasn't a sustainable plan for to build a team. And we had, fortunately, not unfortunately, fortunately, we got to see that as good as Tua is, as good as Tyreek is, as good as our top heavy guys are, we didn't build the roster good enough. We kind of we kind of believed that it was so good because it was supposed to be so bad this year that it wasn't. There was like people here, the Omars and them saying Capocalypse. It was supposed to be really, really bad, and then they figured some way how and flipped it around, and we believed that. And everybody did. And literally, we ignore the facts. You ignore the. It's like when you start talking to a chick, and they're like, "Yo, you ignore red flags." Now that's now she's who she is. Like, why are you getting mad at Liam Meikenberg for missing blocks? That's who he is. Why are you missing at Robert Jones? There's a reason why these guys that are here they're such players, and I feel like they cheated us, especially us, dog, because we spent time looking at guards, and it goes back to what we were saying. Oh, nah, it's what's going on then. Anyway, if it's okay, they got a running back. We got Patrick Paul. You imagine having a Patrick Paul and player X and what's his homie that OG mentioned in the chat that signed late? The lineman. That's
Driscoll.
Driscoll. No, not Driscoll. The other guy. It was another lineman that signed. We were looking at. Let's just say we would have signed another lineman or drafted another lineman. I think we would have had a better outcome. I think we got enamored with certain players and certain names that we overlooked their issues, and there were glaring issues. Like Michael, like Jordan Poirier is not a bad player. Jordan Poirier is not bad. But for where we at right now, what we were asking him to do, that wasn't gonna work for him or for us. But we sold it to ourselves. We could have easily had Justin Simmons, and it would have been better, or not spend money on OBJ. It's a lot of ways to skin it, but I feel like the team and they lied to us, and people like you specifically, a lot of you was out there. You were making lemon out of shit, and making it sound good. And then there was plays, and I don't blame you because I did the same. I was with you, bro. We fought the good fight, but the good plays and the good film we found were not sustainable enough to build a team that could win a playoff game or lose a quarterback. I am so mad at the fact that people talk about Tua and quarterback, talk about that. It doesn't matter when we had another quarterback. Our roster building was terrible.
Yeah.
Because imagine Tyler Huntley with a line that he doesn't have to have 2.1 seconds to throw the ball, even though when he did have time, he was just scared. Imagine that. I don't know, bro. That's where I'm at. And I think the rumors and the rumblings of where we're at, I like every possibility of every rumor we're at.
Yeah. And for me, the certainly a disappointing season. Um, I see what they were trying to do. I get it, but at the end of the day, we had false hope on the roster that eventually the problems that they showed a little bit last year in 2023 like refirst surfaced and was worse in 2024. And for example, O-line people, we're O-line guys. You're the guru. I'm expert. We saw guys at the draft class that we would have preferred to get to help give competition. And the team decided, hey, we want to stick with the guys that got us through 11-6, that got us Tua to be healthy, that got the running game going in 2023. But they don't realize some of the context behind it. And so you bringing these backups as starters, and it just looks crazy. It looks crazy, and it's not enough. The running game is crap. You're still relying to be 2.0 seconds passing. You're pressuring Tua, and mind you, Tua, even though he should be taking care of himself, he's trying to do everything because he's compensating for other things that are lacking, right? He's compromising for other things that are lacking. So that turns into him missing games, and then it's just a whole crapshoot. So definitely a disappointing season. I thought the defense in its totality was pretty decent. I can't wait for them to bring in more young players into the roster. It sucks that we didn't have the pass rush that we need to, but despite that, our defense still for overall we're pretty good. So, you know, hopefully if Weaver is not leaving, you can see the expectation of what it's going to look like with young youth in that roster. So, it was a disappointing season. I'm glad that we still, even though we started 2-6, we still showed resilience in getting to 6-3. Even though we didn't end the season right, I'm just glad that there's the silver lining of, hey, we fought back. We still believe in the coach, even though they held him accountable. We still believe in the coach, and he just have to change a few things and change the approach of some personnel. And we're cooking with fish grease this year. So disappointing season, man. And with that segue, uh, Ross announced that he will be retaining Mike McDaniel and Chris Greer as the GM and head coach for the 2025 season year. And then, if I could paraphrase, he stated that even though I want continuity does not mean complacency. So we got to get better this coming 2025 season. So I think that's a fire lit on the head coach and GM to make it better. French, what's going on, my brother? Welcome. Tardy to the party, but you're here. I hope you brought some drinks. I hope you brought some
Listen,
enthusiasm.
listen. If
Okay,
Tyreek can do it, hey, if Tyreek can do it, so can I.
Okay,
Bro,
Ain't no
okay.
accountability.
I knew he was.
Ain't
I knew he was gonna do that. I
ain't
did
no
not know.
accountability.
I did not know he
Hey,
was gonna do.
mechanic, you can fine me. You can keep finding me. Yo, you know how much the fine is? And we're gonna let y'all on a little bit of a show. The fine is $10. You know what, mechanic? Keep finding me because it ain't working.
It ain't
And I'ma
working.
still be late.
Clearly,
What
it's
the
not working. Clearly, it's not
hold
working.
on. Hold on. Tariq could do it, right? You know, look, listen, this is an example. This is an example of when you don't lead by example. Anything can happen, and it's a slippery slope. How you late for meetings, running wrong routes? At the end of the season, you're saying you shouldn't have to take vet rest days, and you're late, and you don't even know what you're doing.
Well, French, let me ask you this real quick. What are your thoughts? I'll give you a two-part question so we can kind of catch up. What are your thoughts on the overall season, and how do you feel
Oh my!
about the retention of Mike McDaniel and Chris Greer for the 2025 season?
The season was one of the greatest disappointments in recent history with the acquisitions we've had and the window we had, the equity we had. You know, we bought Bitcoin in 2009 and sold it in 2010. That's how bad this season was to me, in my opinion. Which the poor preparation started going into the season. This whole run it back. Listen, well, I'll answer the question, mechanic. It was a great disappointment,
Can you
Jay.
please answer the question
And
for the rest
what
of us could
you,
talk?
I apologize, Wally Smythe. What I will say about Chris
Wow!
Greer, what
If it's anybody, it'll be Wally Smith because I'm the one that found it. But whatever.
what I will say about it, I'm happy because they have an opportunity to right their wrongs. And if not, you're going down with the ship. I'm done. Go ahead, Wally.
Oh, thank you, sir. I was in. I'm kind of glad we kept both of them because now you just like I said earlier, we get to see if it's true, if the good was really good. And I think, bro, you you know how like the Jets thought they were Aaron Rodgers away from winning a Super Bowl. I think we're a couple guard and good depth roster building, competent roster building, and tweaking it out a little bit. Dan Crossman has to go. He has to go. I don't know how he has a job. I look, Jason Sanders.
Br-
He,
Bring in
J-
competition, right?
Jason Sanders. I'm gonna go ahead and we used to have we had this new thing. Go ahead and set it. I was wrong. I was wrong about a few things about you, Mr. Sanders. You had a really good season. You were probably the only consistent player we had on this team.
So you trying to say he was the weapon?
He, Mr. Jason
Te-
Sanders.
Technically, he
Mechanic,
is.
I'm coming home. I'm coming home, mechanic. Hold on.
Yeah.
Mr. Jason Sanders, Jason Sanders, I would like to gladly announce to the world that you are part of the weapons gang because you were the most consistent
Hey,
weapon we
yo.
had in the team. Welcome to the team, Jason Sanders. Weapons
Drafting
gang.
people when we didn't even
Weapons gang.
got that.
Is French? It looks like,
He had to
yeah.
do his smart mobile connection. Don't worry about it. He
Listen. The
can't hear you.
Lord is trying to prevent you from saying what you about to say. Go ahead and adjust your surroundings so
Don't
you
worry
can
about it.
be
You're gonna be all
on a
right.
Mint Mobile area. What I will say is, I think you're right. Well, no, I don't think you're right. Part of me was felt that I would feel comfortable for Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel to come back because when you think about it, man, at the end of the day, we can't keep doing this cycle of firing GM, keeping coach, firing coach, keeping GM. Let them live or die by their regime. It has to end from there. It has to. So if they're gonna fail, let them fail together, restart the whole shebang, and let's do it all over again. But if they can somehow learn from their mistakes, they take the 2024 season, they looked at certain positions that had ample time to be evaluated and says this is not it, and they change it. If they're able to somehow finesse some of these contracts, if they're able to draft great quality players that can contribute now, that's going to help us down the line because youth is needed in this. We got 10 picks, possibly more. So we need to build this roster with youth. If they can do all that and make it successful this coming year, now we have continuity, stability, and we take it from there. So it's either going to be one way or another, but I'm content that they're back together and they have now a chance to fix it. I know a lot of people made a couple points about this and that, specifically about Greer and what he said, and we'll talk about that a little later about what he said, and I get it. So now let's go fix it. That's great. We pointing shit out. Excuse my friends. That's great. We're pointing at things out, but now let's go fix it. I'm tired of pointing it out. What you gonna do about it? That's where I'm at.
I'm gonna start. Go ahead, Wally, because I'm gonna start the agenda.
We can't, unlike just like Bailey and our punting team, we can't count on you guys to be ready. I'm gonna let you go just for this time you're there. Go ahead, Mr. Special Teams.
I guess the Mint Mobile ain't working.
I'm telling you, unreliable. Wow. Jake Bailey over here can't even kick kicks, boy. But look, man.
Listen, listen. Y'all let Blake Ferguson do that all season, and y'all ain't say nothing to him. Listen, I'm moving with an agenda, and that's what the show has been about. Y'all let certain people get away with stuff. You see how it looks.
What agenda are you carrying on now, Mr. French? What is the new one? What is the new one? We can't see Mint Mobile once again. Mint Mobile ain't gonna let you. My man said that's Silver Telecom, son. Whatever it is, it's not working. So we gonna Alec Ingo, then move on to the screen, man. But look, man, just get me 2 guards. Give me defensive tackle. Give me a true third wide receiver option. You're gonna go to the season believing that Malik Washington is gonna be an offensive option. You know what that does? It just eliminates 8 chance catches. That's what it really does. You still gonna need another guy to catch certain passes. I have no trust. I don't know. I saw the flashes of Jalen Wright. But I still don't believe it enough to be like, oh, no, we can move on from these 2 guys. So what you got to do? You got to draft another one and bring another one. You don't have to draft them early. You get them in the 5th and the 6th. There was talent there. There was contributors. Isaac Guerrero was contributing for the Niners. He was a 5th-round draft pick, a 6th-round draft pick. You don't need that. You don't need all the Davian Foster, offensive tackle, could have been started right now and ahead of freaking Lamb and whatever you had in Cartman and whatever the South Park bum ass. Sorry, almost. You know what I was going to say. You could have had Javion Foster and Patrick Paul on the same team. You could have doubled up, and I had to draft a damn tackle this draft. But if I get upset, because I got my credentials, I spent my time. We're gonna do it again this year. We're gonna watch the East and West Shrine Bowl. We're gonna watch every bowl game there is. We're gonna spend time watching the NFL Underworld Olympics, trying to figure out the 40 times, your shuffle, your cone, all of that. You know why? Because you ain't gonna settle on that crap again. You ain't gonna. French is gonna have his list this year. He gonna have his target.
He's gonna have his list.
He gonna have his list. He gonna have his list this year.
He gonna have his list this year.
He gonna have his list this year.
Well, for everyone. And everyone did see the list.
No one saw the list.
No one saw the list, French.
No one saw the list, dude.
No one saw the list.
Listen.
Wow.
Let's focus. The list will be put together this year. And when I tell you I'm starting the youth movement.
Yo,
You know what, French? I got you, guys.
didn't you?
If you
But
haven't,
didn't you say the youth movement in your last? Wow.
Listen,
the list will be in the DeLorean. It'll be in the
no,
PDF
we,
format.
we
Check it
sold
out
the
there.
DeLorean. We are in the Atlas now.
Oh, okay, got you.
Oh, that's a crazy flex. That's
What?
insane.
Oh, here Wally go. Oh, now
That's insane.
listen,
Funny people.
it's a crazy flex, but y'all let Mike McDaniel sit on the sideline with big Gucci shades and a big watch and shoes that only Wally got in his closet and
But there's nothing wrong with that.
and have a
First of
record
all,
of
time out.
one
I don't even
and
own them. Sorry, off whites. All his shoes are trash.
hey,
He don't even have like he don't
listen,
even have like a cool sneaker game. His sneaker game is lame.
Listen, it's okay.
that's
Listen,
a
you
small,
can.
that's
That's
a
the
small
Miami
flex.
way.
But
But that's
continue.
the Miami way.
He
Though.
don't even got no heat out there, bro.
That's a small flex. Continue, mechanic.
But
That's crazy.
what you want, where I agree with you, French, is that seriousness. That when it's game time, we need to have a different mentality when we on that field.
Listen,
and I think that's some of the things that I want to talk about. What are you looking for this offseason to kind of get this going for
we
you to
need
believe?
dogs.
Yeah.
We need dogs, man. I'm tired of these. Look, look. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "Oh, nah, these are soft players." I'm not gonna call them soft. I tweet this. I'll be like, you can tweet them, but look, when you break it down, these are gladiators, right? So none of these guys are soft. They have to find a rally cry. They have to identify themselves. That's why they wear a uniform. Because it's a very, very, very unison. It's a one man, one band, one sound mentality. So I would like to add players that would contribute to the vision of Weaver or whomever the DC is. That those tackles you guys didn't try to make, you would try to make them next season. You get what I'm saying? Because you can't call none of these boys soft. These boys are football players, are professional football players, but they make business decisions. They don't identify with that. They don't like, bro, I'm not gonna go out. I'm not going for that. Why would I go for that when homie over there getting late to practice? Why am I gonna go for that when homie over there he ain't even run that route? I'm just chilling. Why would I tackle homie when I see homie had the same angle? He pulled up. So I need players going forward that could have that mentality that I'm willing to do and match my homeboy's energy because we both trying to win a Super Bowl.
Listen,
Facts.
I want to see Mike McDaniels on the sidelines in the wintertime with a big old trench coat on, looking big and healthy. Big trench coat on, looking warm. Like we coming up here to win this game. I don't need you out here. I need you out here growing that beard, McDaniels. I need McDaniels rugged. I need him a little bit unhinged right now because the locker room takes an identity of the head coach, and we need a little bit more grit. We need a little bit more grit up this team, man. Because if you talk about going up winning in the North, you know how they is up North Mechanic. They got Tims. They ain't got Air Force Ones. They got the Tims on. If you go up north and you're going to be trucking in the snow and you running up in their house and taking what they got, you got to have those elements to you. And
I
that's
feel
what
you.
I'm looking for this offseason.
I mean, for me, I like all that, and I like the appearance of it. I understand, but I think regardless of how you look, it's how your actions speak, and that's been my theme ever since the season ending. It's the actions and what you do as far as building the team, the actions and what you do as far as disciplining your team, the actions is what you do by what you just said. Are you going to actually do it? Chris Greer sat there and said that we are going to invest in the offensive line. Are you going to do that? And if you are you going to invest the right offensive line? Mike McDaniel sat there in that presser and said he's going to figure out a different way to hold guys accountable. Are you going to actually do that when the season starts? Are you going to discipline those guys for coming late and doing what the hell they wanted to do? Are you going to do that? Because the players called you out, the fans called you out. Now it's time for the actions to come in place. You can say all the anything you want to say, but if you don't have the actions to support it, them teams, the hat, the shoes you wear, the beard you grow, ain't gonna mean nothing but fake cap. Because nobody's gonna believe all that. It's the
I,
actions for me.
yeah, bro, it's not going to be anything different. If I think if let me ask you a question: if you had a better roster, do you think you would allow those players to do such things? Like if you weren't so depending on these on certain players, do you think it would have not been like, all right, you've been late twice, all right, you suspend the next game?
You know what I think? I feel like, and you said that it was good that it happened this way. I feel like if our roster was hold true and we were winning, that would have been worse. And that's something that probably would have lingered later in years when
No,
now we're going to
I
be
don't think
facing adversity.
I don't
But
You
think it
don't
but
would have
think
but
been the
so?
but
case.
but hold on.
Because look,
Look,
because hold on, what he did with the with what he found to do the punishment was taking him away from the game, and that's what Tariq was saying. Like, I'm not just gonna be standing there because you're not listening to me. Oh, money's not money. The fine's not gonna get you. All right, I'm not gonna let you stunt and stunt on Sundays when you get to paint your canvas. So now
Right,
you gonna just run around. So that was his way because you can't suspend them because your roster you can't afford to suspend them.
right.
That's what I'm asking you guys. If you had a better roster and more depth, if you wouldn't laying your chickens on OBJ, Craycraft, and all these injury prone ass people, and you had whatever. I told you Jacoby Marriott, but that's just a regular guy, player X that was at least dependable. I think Tyreek would have been suspended if it was Tyreek or player X, player Y would have been
I
suspended.
see what you're saying.
You get what
We
I'm
were
saying?
too reliable on Tyreek that
And
he could do
on the
whatever the hell
talent.
he want.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah,
Or
I get it.
look at the running backs. It wasn't just Tyreek. He punished, bro. You could tell who was late. Raheem Monster was late. Jeff Wilson was late. Waddle was late. You could tell what he was doing. He would take him out the game and let him stunt. And you could tell who it was. It wasn't just Tyreek, because you see it. You see it. Hey, why isn't this guy playing right now? Why is he out? Why? Yo, John. I was wondering, yo, what was going on with John? I think John was balling.
so
Got a little.
but technically Johnu only balled because those dudes was out of position. So those dudes was in position doing what they needed to do.
No,
You probably never
no,
even saw the
no.
elevation of Johnu.
You probably would have had more. You would have had more because think about it. You got to think about the opening of the floodgates, bro. When we envisioned this, even though French, you said it transpired the entire season. The defense is going to carry this team, and it carried us. Even though with the lackadaisical performances and you could pick you could
Top
pick up
10 all year.
top 10 all year, but you could be like, hey man, play why you ain't show up, homie. Like David Long, man, a captain, dog.
But so what you saying? You think
That's why I took the glove.
John?
That's why I
You
took the
think John
glove.
was late and that's why he didn't play? Like he didn't get the reps like he did. Like
I
he
think I think a few players after a while they started getting late. Something happened. You can see like the offense specifically wasn't clicking like that because it's Tua was back. There's no reason to look like that. And it could a part of us, I think Tiff mentioned it. She talked about the Jacksonville game in the beginning of the season. The two are missing 4 games. We sit here and be like, hey, we could have won those games because those games were close in retrospect. But just like he said, we said no, but if you would have been winning, you kind of could have gotten they would, when you're winning, you don't pay attention to certain things, so you ignore the bad things. So you're kind of right with that and that perspective because it was that same offense that played for the Jaguars. It's the same offense I was playing with Tua, and it was stagnant. Did it really evolve? All you can really say is that John was there, but it didn't really evolve from week 1 and 2 when Tua was playing up to the Bills game when Tua was
But
playing.
but but I but Wally, that's what I was saying when I was messing. And I'm like, other than the evolution of Jonnu and those couple wins at the beginning of the season, bro, we could have a top 5 draft pick right now and be looking at the season totally different.
He's not lying, bro. Think
If
about
Javon Holland don't make that play at the beginning of the season, look at this.
it. Bro, facts. We wasn't winning them games like winning. It was already bad. We just ignored it. We thought it was gonna get better because we're like, it's the beginning of the season and it's the preseason type stuff. You know what I mean? And
we chalked up the first 4 games to that.
And we can't do that no more. Bro, just like when Georgia was talking about the tackling, we haven't been able to tackle for 2 years. Even up at top 10. Georgia ain't been wrong. We wasn't wrong. You wasn't wrong about the dogs, about wanting more. Bro, we've been on point. We just ignore these things.
And I was going to say, who had the best tackle all season? It was somebody,
Brooks.
it was whichever
Jordan
cornerback that came up and tackled him in the open space. And it was in like the last 4 games of the season.
I think it was Brooks. Kader Cole
was that Brooks?
It was Brooks. And I ain't gonna hold you. Kader Cole had a nice tackle out there too. That he had a nice play against the Browns.
You can all season probably name under 10, maybe 5.
But let me ask you a question. Look,
Jalen Ramsey
this season,
and I'm not talking like Sealer to him. I'm talking about from the secondary.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Because in years past, we've had cornerbacks that could Brent Grimes and them boys, Delmas. Them boys was coming up laying the wood. They were coming up tackling.
So was Kader back in the days, and so was Javon, but they didn't do it this year.
It was off. They were off this year.
Kader regressed 2 seasons in a row.
I don't know. Look, it speaks.
He might not make the team.
He's not making the team.
I don't know.
Bro, it's not good enough. Mechanic, it's not good enough.
It's not about what you think is good enough. It's what they're gonna think. I think they think
that. No. I think they're gonna think that wasn't good enough.
You gonna pay him?
I don't think he's gonna be. He's restricted. I think he's not gonna cost a lot.
What? He's unrestricted. He's undrafted.
All right, we'll see.
He's undrafted mechanic, so you either pay him.
And what you gonna give him the Fuller money, the 7.5? Look what Fuller gave us.
They're not gonna give him.
Fuller robbed us.
They're not gonna give him.
I don't think it robbed us. I think
money. How many games he played?
I think
he played great when he played, but
exactly. So I think with Fuller we get it incomplete and injuries took him away. He was actually the only one that was actually tackling, cuz.
Right. True. So I rescind that comment.
I really think Cater's going to be here next year.
He got a concussion off for knocking boys out. Like, he's the only one that tackled. Kendall Fuller was a really good acquisition. To me,
Kendall Fuller had that dog in him. He got banged up. And he got banged up in more like rolled up plays towards the end.
And because he was overcompensating for Kader Cole, who's sorry gameplay.
It wasn't rolled up. He kept getting concussions. It was just like second to third.
Because he kept on laying the wood when Kader Cole was missing tackles.
I guess, but I don't think they're gonna let Kader Cole go. I don't know if I agree with that, but we'll definitely see for sure.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I think they
maybe they'll bring competition
between him and Cam Smith. A lot of these rooms gonna be remade. The safety room. Bro. The safety room got to be redone. Safety room gone.
Cam Smith is gone.
I think he might be
Javon gone.
Gone.
Well, no, I'm lying.
The safety and guard room is who my list is gonna. The safety guard, and I'm gonna give you one more position that the linebacker room. I like where that's at right now.
I think Cam Smith's gonna be here, but I think they're gonna bring in more youth because I don't think they're gonna rely on Cam Smith. To be a second option if Ramsey or Fuller goes down. I think Storm Duck is gonna get a chance. They brought back Isaiah Johnson. I think that's what his name is.
Yeah, and he's taking care. He said, and Maitrey is a special team.
Maitrey, doesn't he play slot? I think he can challenge.
I was gonna tell you he was getting playing for the Cater.
Right.
You remember him?
Yeah. So
yeah. And he can tackle too.
Yeah,
he got hurt in preseason, right? Was it preseason?
I think so. Yeah, but I think they're gonna try to bring in more youth. I don't know what they're gonna do with Ethan Bonner. I hope they give him a shot, like a legitimate shot. So I mean, we'll see.
He got his shot. He just got injured, bro. But in the NFL, if you're not that dude, it does not serve you well to get injured during the regular season. Because you're not gonna get those shots anymore. If you those guys in the fringe, you show out in preseason and you stay healthy. So whenever the top dogs get hurt, you come out. He got hurt. So you brought other guys and got to see other guys. Storm Duck took his ticket. He
Yeah,
didn't bother
man.
my. I said Johnson. Yo, I said Johnson looked really good last season. He just got
Yeah,
hurt,
I think he's gonna be a guy to look
bro.
out for. There's a bunch of guys that I
That's
can't
a
wait.
Syracuse guy. The measure he
Yeah.
has all the measurables, mechanic.
Hmm.
I like that kid. I really like that kid. Like he flashed last preseason.
Yeah,
So
man. But on a final note, bro, like again, this whole entire season was a crapshoot. But I like how we ended the entire month or the entire last 8 games,
yo,
and just build from that and see where it takes you, bro.
man, last season is dead. As
Yeah.
we stand, as this roster is constructed right now, no moves have been made. You're pick number 13. You didn't make no moves. You're standing as you're standing right now. You have your holes as your holes as in the depth pause as in the depth chart. Who is your number one draft pick? What position? I'm not even a name. What position?
Are we just going off the hip?
Right now, off the hit.
Y'all ain't gonna like me when I say this. Tyler Warren, the tight end. I'm sorry, man. I would take that guy and
You taking a tight
dub
end?
a tight end. Yes, if he's I don't know something about him. You got that with Jonu. You can get your offensive lineman
That's
later on, second
that's
round to third, fourth.
kick him up,
You
French. Can you kick him up?
listen, y'all not gonna like me, but that tight end is gonna be legit. I'm telling you right now,
That's he's not better than John.
he will
I'm
be.
going. I'm going left tackle. I'm going tackle. Period. I'm gonna go tackle with guard capability. I'm gonna go trench. Either I'm gonna go tackle. I'm gonna go defensive tackle, whichever's the best on the board. I'm going sturdy up the middle. Guard, defensive tackles, guards, defensive tackles in the trenches. Go ahead, Wally, and say you're gonna go get a safety.
I'm not going to safety in the first round. There's no first round talent safety. You can try to sell me on a Georgia kid being a first round safety, and I gotta do more studying on him, so I won't disrespect him. But I might go and safety in the first round. If I was gonna go flashy in the first round, I'll go running back. I mean wide receiver. Sorry, if I was gonna go flashy, but as we're constructed right now, at 13, you're gonna have your best. You're gonna have the pick of the best defensive tackle, and that's what you do. That's really what you do. You get the best defensive tackle on the draft.
What if that running back there?
I don't give a shit about no damn running back. You put the defensive tackle next to Steeler, and you have a healthy Phillips, a Chubb, a Chop. You're gonna wreak havoc. You have Campbell just being sprinkled in there. Oh
Yeah,
my! Oof!
I agree.
I don't
Oof!
think Campbell coming back.
Oh yeah,
I
he is.
think he is.
I think he is.
Hey, listen.
I think he definitely is.
Hey, give him that. Hey, give him that 10 mil.
Bro,
Give him that funky 10 mil.
he's gonna get his he doesn't even gonna ask for much. He's not gonna ask for much bread again, just like he did again. But he wants to see the team be built.
Right.
So if you go ahead and draft the defensive tackle for that man and go get it hard grades too, woo! Friends, they're gonna be scared.
Go get your little sweat. Go get your little sweat. When I said it, they took my mic.
They're gonna be scared. Look, bro, I'm tired of that. I said I'm tired of that pretty football stuff. You can be pretty, but have a mean defense. Have a mean ass defense. We gotta make people think about it twice. And they used to come out here. Then we gotta play in a baseball field team. That would them days.
Listen,
we got Jordan Brooks, and you add a Hargraves, you add a defensive tackle, the dog from the homie from Michigan State.
a friend.
What you eating, French? What you eating over there, dog?
What?
And on that note, man, let French eat, man. I appreciate everybody for
Eating?
coming
No,
in.
no, no. I
Yeah.
was looking at something. Not
No,
eating.
he opening some expensive stuff. That's
Oh,
he can't
that's
even
what
he
it
can't.
is.
That's what it
He
is.
opening a check.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! I
Oh.
told you he opening some gear. I told you the boy's got
Mhm.
money. Boy got money. He putting on new gear. He
No,
got
no,
new.
no. A little package came in while I was here.
Yeah,
So,
That had
He
fresh,
got
man.
a new chain out here. Your boy,
oh,
style,
listen, chill
Yeah.
out, Wally, man. Chill out, bro.
your boy
Hey,
got a new
hey,
chain,
That
man.
boy
Style
got
like
a
a
new
dollar. I
gear.
see you, my boy.
now they
I
trying to
see
put
you.
me on
Them boys got
Mr. Frost.
money. Them
Mr.
boys got
Frost, Fred.
money. Yeah, nigga, boy got money.
All right, friends. Well, appreciate everyone for coming through. Please give us a follow. Give the 5 Reasons page a follow. Great content for your head top. You got old line play. You got a whole bunch of different things. Man,
And
appreciate
mechanic,
y'all.
we should have did before we go. One person you won't go on. One person you gotta have one person on the team that you could go in tomorrow and just gone. Just one.
Oh, I'll start off. Liam Eichenberg. Get him out of here.
Nah,
Hey yo,
it's not even Liam. It's not
Wally,
even
go ahead.
It's doing Smite. The only answer is doing Smite. Doing Smite and Jonah Hill, whatever his name, Julian Hill, both get them out the team, bro.
And you know who's going
No,
on
no,
my
no, no.
list?
My bad.
Let me
You know
do it.
what?
Let me do it.
Duke Riley, bro. Duke effing Riley. Oh my god.
Danny Crossman, get the hell off my team.
Oh, I thought you was going Blazers. Danny Crosby, I've been fired. Danny Crosby, I don't want him.
Yeah, he been gone.
Yeah,
Hey,
Duke.
y'all.
Hey, between Duke Riley and Liam Eichenberg, I want them fighting for the first lift out the door.
Get him going, man. I appreciate you, my boy. Good luck to you, big dog. Just not here. Y'all have a great evening. Fins for the win. Y'all have a good night, man.
Yo.
Get him out the paint.